I tell him, look, a Lamborghini is coming. So I was like, I'm gonna ask him what's the retail on one of those. One love for Team Schnell. My name is Ameen. I'm from India. I'm 28 now. Been driving for 10 years. Came to UAE when I was 2 years old. I was born in Jeddah, and my love story for cars started. All my gifts since I was a kid, all I wanted was cars, remote control cars. Like if someone gets me something else, I would be like, okay, but even if it's a small car they got me, I would be like, wow. So it was more all the time, it was all about cars as a kid. So when the movie came out, Fast and Furious, I think it was part 1 where the orange one was there. So it was there, I saw the car, I fell in love with it, loved the color. Went looking around for pictures, and then I think it was my brother who gifted me this poster for the Supra. That was like one of my best gifts. Even though it was just a poster, I was like, you know, this means a lot to me. So I just went, I put it right next to my bed, taped it. Every day I would look at the car, I would be like, one day I'm gonna get this car, everybody's gonna see and be like, yes, Ameen, you got your dream. I was like, all right, we'll do this one day. As time went by, always watching videos. I used to spot one, I would go crazy. We used to go drink tea as guys in UAE. Only thing we are on is karak. So when we used to drink karak, guys would roll up with a Supra. I would be like, man. That time in Sharjah as well, you would find Supras. I would spot a Supra, I would go to the guy, I would be like, this is my dream car. This is what I get now, you know, like people come to me, be like, amazing car, pass by, give me honks, give me thumbs up. I had to leave for studies to the States when I was around 19. So when I reached States, my father was like, you don't need a car, you can take public transport and shit. So I was like, okay. And then after a while I started eating my father's head, and then he came for a visit to the States to see me. And then finally I got him to get me a car. So we had two options between a Mustang and a 95 Eclipse. It was a turbo. And as knowing coming from UAE, I didn't know much about cars, but I was like, okay, obviously everybody saw the Fast and Furious movie, so I know this is the Eclipse, you know, like from the movie. I drove it for a year. Obviously it broke down because I pushed it too much, and fixing that car in the US was quite expensive. So I sold it off like for $500 because it was like not in a working condition. Coming back to what I work, I'm a pilot. In the middle, I was asking my father to get me a Toyota Supra. So a Supra is quite old. It's from the 93 to 97, I would say, all the US spec Supras. My father would never agree to buy an old-ass car like that. He was like, I'm not spending that much money for an old-ass car like that. You're gonna end up doing what you did to the Eclipse. I was looking around now. I know what I want is a Supra. I'm looking around. I cannot find one for my budget. And I saw one in Al Quwain, US spec, Targa top, 94. The guy was asking a lot of money for the car, but the engine was upgraded, everything. It was almost 700 wheel horsepower, whatever he said. I went to the guy just to check, see if he can reduce the price and blah blah blah. So he was like, I cannot do that, but I can do something for you. Let me see, I'll get back to you. And I was like, okay, Supra dream is done. I'm not getting a Supra. So I went to look for what, Evo 8 and Evo 9. Looking around, this was closer to my budget. I was like, okay, let me look around. If I find something nice, I'll take it. Found amazing, clean Evo 9, 530 wheel horsepower, fully modded. Went test drove the car. I was like, bro, just give me a day and I'm gonna confirm to you. That day, after I drove the car, I went home. The next day, the guy calls me for the Supra. He's like, look, I'll take away the engine, I'll give you another engine, and I'll make it manual, everything. I'll give you the car as it is. And I was like, dream car, Evo. Finally, I was like making decisions with my friends, and everybody told me, go for what you love. I was like, okay, let me screw myself up, pay everything down now, get the car registered, let me drive around, we'll go as the journey goes. Bought the car, got it back, drove it around in Sharjah without an exhaust, all stock. I got stopped by a cop. He looks at the car, he looks at me, and then he went around the car like 10 times. He told me, open the bonnet. I opened the bonnet. It's like, he comes to me, are you sure this is a Supra? I was like, yes. And he's like, this is how do you keep a Supra like this? I was like, I just bought it, man. I was like, the moment it's modified, it will never be seen in Sharjah. 1 year down the line, I was driving it stock, just put in exhaust, and I was like enjoying the car, you know, like it was all stock, everything. I got enough money to modify the car. All the parts ordered, came all together, put everything into the car, got it up to 500 something wheel horsepower. One of the garages which really helped me sort this car was the Moroccan garage. It's based in Ajman. So when I went to him finally, his name is Babar, and he guided me all through the modification and what can be done in this much budget. And he told me, like, he guided me all the way. He tuned my car, everything. He got it to where I wanted it to be. This journey will never end because obviously there's always something you want to make it look like. One of the wildest nights I had, I was in the Supra, and I stopped at the signal. My friend was next to me, and I tell him, look, a Lamborghini is coming. So I was like, I'm gonna ask him what's the retail on one of those. So he comes by and he stops next to me, and he's like, nice car. I was like, you have a nice car too. He's like, what are you running on that? And I was like, yeah, around 550. It's like, nice, this must be powerful. I was like, yeah, it's quite good. It's like, okay. And then it's like, you wanna try for a race? I was like, yeah. Sure. We went, and once I beat him, changed lanes, and then I slowed down. His mind went like, it was a young kid, and he was like, wow, what do you have under that? He was amazed. He was like, I have heard about these cars, but now I have seen it. So one of the wildest nights where I was like so happy, like my car doesn't cost not even close to the price of that car, and I beat him. So once I got the Supra, I used to always drive around. Jumeirah used to be everybody's spot. So I spotted another Supra once, and we parked, had a chat. So he was like, "What? Why aren't you in our group?" I was like, "What group?" We have a group on WhatsApp, and all the Supra owners are there. We are, I don't know, 100 Supras, and I think in UAE, I would say 100 to 200 Supras, maybe maximum. So I was like, yeah, sure, add me. So the guys were so welcoming, so nice. All the guys from UAE Supra owners, very nice guys. They welcomed me into the group as a brother. And then I came around a group called Team Schnell, and the founder, lovely guy, started going to meets with them and stuff. It was nice. I became so close to the guys, the admins and the founder and all the guys. So at the end, they were like, Ameen, you know, like, you want to join the admin group? You want to help us organize and stuff? I was like, why not? You know, like, I'm in. Also, when the new Supra came off, everybody's like, why don't you go get the new Supra? So Toyota actually called me to come test drive one of their Supras, the new ones. So I went, I drove it, everything. Once again, like, my review on the Supra, it's not a bad car, the new one. Obviously, if BMW didn't support Toyota, and they couldn't have made this car. So I wouldn't compare it to the legendary Supra, but I would say the car is, for me, because I'm tall, it's too compact. I'm almost hitting my head on the roof, and car is good power. People already made it 9 seconds with modifications. There's aftermarket support, like dead support behind it. But maybe to become the legendary, it will take a while. People need to get used to it and everything, but it will get there, I'm pretty sure. And I'm glad Toyota did something. At least they took out a Supra, or at least a car which is again back in the market and stuff like that.
Oh, really fucking fight back.